As the Game Week 1 template starts to form, it can be a good idea to keep an eye on player ownership percentages. From there, you can decide whether to take a few calculated risks on some lesser owned players. Here are 6 differentials to consider for the opening weeks of the season. It's no surprise to see Sadio Mane favoured less than other premium midfielders after returning his worst points tally in 3 seasons. The Senegalese international sits in just 3% of teams, making him a high-risk alternative to Mohamed Salah, owned by almost half of all managers. With double figures for goals and assists for a second season running, Mane only trailed the Egyptian amongst midfielders in 2020-21 for big chances and shots in the box. It's also worth noting that he underperformed his expected goals figure by almost 3 goals, while Salah overperformed his. In a similar fashion, Andy Robertson has been heavily overlooked by his right-sided counterpart, Trent Alexander-Arnold, who sits in more than twice as many teams. Offering a small saving, the Scotland left-back matched his defensive partner's tally of 8 assists last season, albeit from 355 more minutes. He made the strongest start of the pair, creating 7 big chances in the first half of the campaign, compared to Alexander-Arnold's 3. No FPL defender amassed more points or assists as Robertson during that spell. Owned by just 1.9% of managers, Leandro Trossard can benefit from a kind opening run for Brighton. Averaging 4.5 points per 90 minutes last season, no teammate was directly involved in more goals. The Belgium international excelled during the second half of the campaign, earning 73% of his returns since the turn of the year. He produced a team-leading tally of 16 shots on target, while only Pascal Gross attempted more assists. After an impressive debut season for Newcastle, an increase in starting price for Callum Wilson has put him in direct competition with the likes of Mikel Antonio and Ollie Watkins. But only Jamie Vardy and Harry Kane averaged more than his 5.2 points per game last term, amongst forwards. With a reputation for starting strong, 12 of his 18 goal contributions came before January, with just 4 strikers earning more points in that time. A hamstring injury ended his season prematurely, but the 29-year-old is set to take full part in pre-season, ahead of opening fixtures against West Ham, Aston Villa and Southampton. Despite playing a direct hand in 18 goals last season, Jack Harrison has been selected by just 5.2% of managers, overshadowed by the 25% owned Rafinha. Amongst midfielders with a max price of 9.5 million, only Marcus Rashford and former out-of-position defender Stuart Dallas earned more than his 160 FPL points, an average of 5 per 90 minutes. Patrick Bamford was the only teammate able to better his 9 big chances, or his 5.96 expected goals figure, though it's worth noting he played 492 minutes more than Rafinha. A spell on the sidelines for Marcus Rashford boosts the chances of Mason Greenwood featuring heavily early on. The 19-year-old enjoyed a strong end to last season, notching 6 goals and 1 assist in his last 8 appearances, to average 7 points per game. Only Salah and Alexander-Arnold picked up more than his 56 FPL points during that period, across all positions. Leeds, Newcastle and Aston Villa travelled to Old Trafford in the first 6 game weeks, making the double up with Bruno Fernandes and Greenwood a tempting prospect.